In 1911, the Boston Red Sox had put together a remarkable outfield, Duffy Lewis, Tris Speaker, and Harry Hooper. They were called the Golden Outfield after all three of them in 1911 hit over 300. All three were tremendous defensive players. Duffy Lewis learned how to manage the little 15-foot cliff in Fenway Park, starting in 1912. Tris Speaker was well known for playing a shallow center field and was in those days considered to be the best center fielder. And Harry Hooper was also considered to be the best defensive right fielder with a very strong arm and very fast and great range. They won pennants in 1912, 1915, 1916, and 1918, and they played together at least up through 1916 when Tris Speaker was traded. In 1918, with World War I, Duffy Lewis went into the Army, so only Harry Hooper remained for the 1918 World Series, which when it was being played against the Chicago Cubs, the players were informed that their World Series shares were going to be cut that year. This didn't sit well. On a train ride between the cities, players met together and decided that they would oppose the pay cut, and they appointed Leslie Mann and Harry Hooper to approach the National Commission, which was made up of Ben Johnson, John Heidler, and Gary Herman, about the pay cut. So Game 4 happened, and then the players, before Game 4, had asked to meet with the commission. They refused to meet with them. So Game 4 was played, and then the players decided they would strike before Game 5. Ben Johnson, John Heidler, and Gary Herman had to be roused from a hotel bar to meet with Leslie Mann and Harry Hooper in the judges' room, umpire's room at Fenway Park, and tried to settle this dispute. The commission refused, and ultimately the players agreed to play after Mann and Hooper got an agreement from the commission that there'd be no retribution against the players for holding up Game 5. So Game 5 was played, and the Red Sox eventually won the series in 8 games. There was one game was tied. And the players got a letter a week before Christmas in 1918 informing them that they would not get the diamond stick pins, which was customarily given to the players. And that's the equivalent of the championship rings that players get today. So from 1918 up through Commissioner Buie King, Harry Hooper petitioned all those commissioners for the players to get their diamond stick pins, and they were always refused until 1993. A magazine in New Englander got in on it, and eventually baseball finally relented, and they gave diamond stick pins to the surviving members of all the families 75 years after the fact.
Hello, everybody. This is Apba Brian and Apba Baseball Classics, bringing to you game number 18 of the All-Time Greats Tournament. This is the third game of this series. Each team is tied 1 game apiece. First of all, the starting lineups for the 1929 Baltimore Black Sox here at Fenway Park. They're taking on the 1912 Boston Red Sox. Paul Warfield, player-manager, leads off and plays second base. Buddy Burbidge is in left field. Boojum Wilson, the first baseman. Rap Dixon is the center fielder. Dick Lundy is the shortstop. Peter Washington in left field. And Oliver Gross Marcel's the third baseman. Robert Clark is the 8th hitter, and he's the catcher. And Halsey Scranton Lee is the grade C pitcher, using basic Apba. Baltimore will be using fielding column 1. Boston is fielding column 2. Harry Hooper will lead off and play right field for the Red Sox. Steve Yerkes will play second base. Tris Speaker will hit third and center field. Larry Gardner will play third base and bat fourth. Jake Stahl is the first baseman. Heine Wagner is the shortstop. Bill Kerrigan, catcher. Duffy Lewis in left field. And Hugh Bediant is the pitcher, grade B, Y, and Z modifier. We're ready for the first pitch. Warfield of the Black Sox is ready to step into the box. Here's the pitch from Hugh Bediant. 1-1 roll is a base hit for Frank Warfield. All these runners for the Black Sox, except a couple of them, are fast. Here is Buddy Burbage. And the Black Sox will hit and run. Here's the pitch to Burbage. 62 is a strike. We have to pick for steal for the runner. The catcher is Kerrigan's an 8, so 11 through 23. Warfield will be out. 42, he steals second. All right. We'll go from there and probably sacrifice the runner as a third. 55 is an 8. Fielded by the pitcher. Throws to second base covering. 1-4. Successful sacrifice. And Warfield goes to third. 1 down. Judd Wilson comes to bat. Chance for the Black Sox to get on top first. Here's the pitch from Bediant. The Red Sox are playing the infield in. 34 is the roll. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. And the runner Warfield will tag and score. So sacrifice fly, RBI for Wilson, and the Black Sox are up 1-0. This is a deciding game in a best-of-3 series. Herb Dixon, the center fielder, steps in with 2 outs. And now nobody on base. 41 is a ground ball to the shortstop. Heine Wagner makes the play, but the Black Sox get 1 hit and they make the most of it. It is 1-0 going into the bottom of the first. Scripolito on the mound for the Black Sox. Harry Hooper leads off for Boston. Here's the pitch to Hooper. That is a 6-6 roll. That's a hit column roll. I tipped over the dice when I went to pick it up. It was a 6-6 roll. 6-6 again. It's a drive by Hooper, and it's a leadoff home run. He did that a couple times in 1912, leading off the Red Sox part of the game. Ties the score 1-1. Steve Yerkes. 61 is a 36. That's going to be ball 1. Here's the 1-ball pitch to Yerkes. 1-1 roll for Yerkes. That's hit column. Could be something here. 25 is going to be a double for Steve Yerkes, and Red Sox are off and running here in the first. Tris Speaker, a 383 hitter in 1912. Lee's going to pitch to him. There's the pitch. 42 is a 8 against the C. That's going to be a base hit, and Yerkes will score. 2-1 Red Sox. Nobody out. Fast runner at first. Here is Larry Gardner. Good offensive third baseman for the Red Sox. Gardner is 3 for 10 with a triple, double, RBI, and a stolen base in the series. Here's the pitch to Larry Gardner. 41 is a double play ground ball to shortstop. 6-4-3. So just like that, there's 2 outs. And Jake Stahl, the first baseman, comes to bat. 23 is a 27. And that play result is a ground out to Oliver goes Marcel at third base. But the Red Sox, on 3 hits, get 2 runs. We go to the second, 2-1 Boston. Hugh Bediant will face Dick Lundy, Peter Washington, and Oliver Marcel. in the top of the second. That's a 3-3 hit column roll for shortstop Dick Lundy. 63 is a double for Lundy. The other side looking like they want to back down here today. Here is Pete Washington. He's going to swing away. 53 is a 16 feeling column 2. That's going to be a single to center. But the runner is out at home on the throw from Tris Speaker, who plays a shallow center field. 8-2. Sox don't score on that hit, and they've got a runner at first with 1 out. Oliver Marcel. 56 is a pop out to the shortstop, or Y. He's got the Y, so it's a strikeout. 1 down, or 2 outs now because the runner was thrown out at home. Bobby Clark, the catcher. 51 is a 9 against the B. That's going to be a single, an infield hit for the catcher. First and second 2 outs. Pitcher Script Lee. And the roll is a 64. It's going to be a swing and a miss for strike 3 in the third out. The Black Sox get 3 hits but don't score. Bottom of the second, 2-1 Red Sox. Shortstop Heine Wagner leads off for the Red Sox. 23 is a pop out to second base. Frank Warfield is under it and makes the catch for the Black Sox. Catcher Bill Kerrigan comes to bat. He is 4 for 9 in the series. Actually, there should not be a runner on. Red Sox are up. 34 is a roll. That is a fly ball to center field caught by Herb Dixon. 2 down. Duffy Lewis. .53 is a 16 fly out to Herb Dixon also, and we go to the top of the third, 2-1 Boston. In 1931, Hugh Bryant, the Red Sox pitcher, made it into the Ripley's Believe It or Not column, noting his, and he was very famous at the time for it, but on July 25th, 1908, as a semi-pro pitcher for a Falconer New York team against Corey, Pennsylvania team, he pitched 23 complete innings and struck out 42 batters. How many pitches do you have to do to pitch 23 innings and strike out 42 batters? Here is Hugh Bryant, no pitch counts in 1908. Frank Warfield leads off. 31's the roll. That is a base hit for Frank Warfield. He is 2 for 2 and 5 for 11 in the series. Buddy Burbage failed to complete a hit and run. They ended up scoring anyway back in the first. They're going to try a hit and run again. Here is the pitch to Burbage. 65 is going to be another hit and run failure. That is a strike. And we'll have to pick for a steal. 11-23, he'll be out. He is safe. There might be an error. Let's see, 65. All right, Kerrigan is a 8 catcher, and that is a errant throw. So put Warfield on third with nobody out. Warfield's second stolen base in the game. Red Sox will play in. Here's the pitch to Burbage. 64 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. Boojum Wilson, the batter. 36 is the roll. And that is going to be a pop out to the first baseman. Let's see. Nope. it's a flat, it's a Y. So he's got a Y, it's a strikeout. So 2 outs. It's going to be up to Herb Dixon. The infield can play back. 32 is a ground out to Yerkes at second base, 4-3. They're going to strand the runner at third. We go to the bottom of the third, 2-1 Red Sox. Steve Bryant will lead off for Boston. 1-2 is a ground out to second base, 4-3. Is your scoring, and top of the order for Harry Hooper, who has homered in this game. 42 is 22. That's going to be a ground out to first base. Judd Wilson flips to Script Lee, steps on first. That's 2 outs. Steve Yerkes. 61 is the roll. That's going to be a ball 1. And 24 is a strikeout. So we go to the top of the fourth. Still 2-1 Boston. Hubert Bryant goes back out to pitch the third inning. There was a controversy in the 1912 World Series, Game 6. Bryant was chosen over Smokey Joe Wood to start that game. It was Wood's turn to pitch, but the owner of the team insisted that Jake Stahl, the player-manager, start Bryant. Many people say it's because the owner wanted to extend the series and make more gate receipts. Bryant lost that game. Actually, Wood started the next game, and he lost it too. Here's the pitch to Dick Lundy leading off the third inning for the Black Sox. 45 is going to be a base on balls. So Lundy has been on base twice. Now with a walk and a double. Peter Washington. And as they're accustomed to doing, they're going to start the runner. Here's the pitch. 23 is a 32. That's going to be a fly out to right field. He'll have to double back to first base. And Lundy remains at first for Oliver Marcel. He will swing away. 1-3 is a 22. Fielding column 2. He's hit by a pitch ball. And now the Black Sox have runners at first and second. Catcher Robert Clark. 34 is the roll. That's going to be a fly out to center field. Runners hold. 2 down, and the pitcher, Scranton Lee, comes to bat. 1-2 is going to be a ground out to shortstop. That ends the threat. We go to the bottom of the third. Red Sox 2, Black Sox 1. All right, the Gray Eagle, that just speaker leads off for the Red Sox. 23 is a pop out to the second baseman, Frank Warfield, 1 down. Larry Gardner rolled into a double play in the first. 15 is going to be a single for Gardner, and he will steal on the first pitch. So the catcher is Clark. He's an 8. 11 through 23, he'll be out. 22, he is just gone down. 2 to 4, 1 out. So now Jake Stahl is up there with nobody on base. 62 is a 37, strike 1. 52 is a ground out to third base. Marcel makes the play, and that's 3 outs. We go to the 5th inning, 2-1 Boston. And I forgot to change the inning. I do that sometimes. All right, Frank Warfield will lead off the 5th for the Black Sox. He's 5 for 11 in the series. 23, you're going to get him this time. That's a ground out to third base. 1 down. Buddy Burbage. 1-4 is a fly out to the left fielder, Duffy Lewis. Judd Wilson. And that's a 54. That's going to be a fly out to the right fielder, Harry Hooper, 3 up and 3 down. For the Black Sox, we go to the bottom of the 5th, 2-1 Boston. Heine, Wagner, Kerrigan, and Lewis will be the bottom of the 5th for the Red Sox. Here's the pitch to Wagner. 44 is a base hit for Heine Wagner. And that makes him 4.49 in the series. Average speed at first. Bill Kerrigan, the catcher. Mostly a defensive catcher. He was nicknamed Rough because of his rough style of play. He is going to swing away. 52 is a 27. That's going to be a ground ball to third, to second, to first for a double play. 5, 4, 3. So that wipes Wagner off the bases. 2 outs. Duffy Lewis. Six roll, that's hit column. And 1-1 is a drive. It might be, it could be, it is out of here for a home run. Duffy Lewis, now 2/3 of the Golden outfield have homered in this game. 3-1 Boston. Pitcher Hugh Bedian. 23 is a strikeout. But on 2 hits, the Red Sox score 1. On the home run by Duffy Lewis, we go to the 6th, 3-1 Boston. All right, very athletic. Herb Dixon leads off for the Baltimore Black Sox. In the 6th, 16 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. 1 out, and Dixon's 0 for 3 today. Dick Lundy will bat. One of the Negro League's top shortstops. 55 is a fly ball to center field, caught by Tris Speaker. 2 outs. Peter Washington, the left fielder. Should say Washington, not Washington. 1-3-14 the base on balls. Oliver Marcel. 35 is a 39. Runner out stealing. I don't make that automatic. I make him throw him out. 23, 24, he's going to be barely safe. 23, he would have been out. So steal for Washington. And with 2 outs, they've got a runner at second base. Yeah, I always give the catcher a chance to throw the runner out on the basic Apba steals. So if I do that, I need to give the runner a fair chance on those results. Marcel still at the plate. 35 is a 39. Runner at second base. And that is a runner out stealing third. And I'm going to ignore that result because they would never steal third with 2 outs. That is a no-no. 35 is a same result. So we'll re-roll again. And 45 is going to be a walk. First and second for the Black Sox. Robert Clark. Tying runs on first. There are 2 outs. 52 is a 27. That's going to be a ground out to third base. And that kills the threat. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 3-1 Red Sox. Harry Hooper leads off for Boston. 1-3 is a walk. Speed at first base. Steve Yerkes will try hit and run. 43 is a 29. Out of first, pitcher to first base. Runner goes to second. Tris Speaker. The only one of the golden outfield who is not homered today. Here's the pitch to Speaker. 31 is a 10 against a C pitcher. That's going to be a infield hit for Speaker. Runner goes to third. First and third for Boston. They've got one down. Hooper's at third, Speaker at first, and Larry Gardner, one of their two best offensive players, at the plate. Black Sox elect to play their infield back, try to get a double play. 63 is a 31. That's a fly out to center field, a sacrifice fly. Hooper's able to tag and score. It is now 4-1 Red Sox. Jake Stahl, the first baseman. 21 is a 32. It's a fly out to the right fielder for the third out. But Boston scores 1. We go to the 7th. It's now Boston 4, Black Sox 1. Only two pitchers available for the Black Sox are Marvin Ryan, grade DW, and Bun Hayes. Actually, Hayes is available. He did pitch 2 innings, so he'd be available for 1 inning. He's a DZ pitcher, but not a lot to choose for in the bullpen, so Scripoli will hit for himself in the top of the 7th inning. Here's the pitch. 1-1 roll for Scripoli. That's going to be hit column. 23 is a triple to left center field. No outs, runner at third. Frank Warfield comes to bat. And Warfield is 2 for 3 today. Here's the lines and pitches. Boston's going to play the infield in. 33 is a single for Warfield. He is 3 for 4, and he's got an RBI with this single. Lee scores, and it is 4-2 Red Sox in this deciding game. Here is Buddy Burbage. 1 down. Here's a pitch to Burbage. 36 is a Y modifier, so he strikes out. 1 out. Judd Wilson. 56 is a 2 balls and no strikes. He's got a Z modifier. 35 is a ground out to third base. Runner goes to second. Now 2 outs for Herb Dixon. 22 is a hit column roll. This will probably get the Black Sox closer. It's going to be a double for Herb Dixon, scoring Warfield. Black Sox are within 1, 4-3. And we are looking at Herb Bryant, lowering Bryant's grade because he is in his point of weakness inning. Three bad things have happened. So he is now a grade C pitcher. Red Sox pitcher will be Charles Hall, 3.02 earned run average, 15-8 in 1912 for the Red Sox. He'll be pitching to Dick Lundy. 25 is 11 for Lundy, and that's going to be a single. After scores, otherwise it's out. Speaker, let's see. Dixon, I'm pretty sure Dixon's a fast runner, so he's not out. Lundy's at first, the RBI single, and that will tie the score 4-4. He could steal on the first pitch. Peter Washington's the hitter. There's the roll. 25, he's just barely safe. And now the go-ahead run with 2 outs is at second for Pete Washington. There's a pitch to Washington. 43 is a ground ball back to the first baseman who flips to the pitcher. 3-1. That's the end of the 7th inning. But the Black Sox score 3 on 4 hits. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Score is tied 4-4. Script Lee returns to the mound in the bottom of the 7th. This is his point of weakness inning. He'll be pitching to Heine Wagner, Bill Kerrigan, and Duffy Lewis. Here's the pitch to Wagner, the Red Sox shortstop. 1-3 is a base on balls. He represents potential go-ahead run. Catcher Bill Kerrigan. He will sacrifice. 62 is a 38 out of, let's see, the runner on first, out at first base, and Wagner is advanced all the way to third base. Slow runner stops at second. 5-4 sacrifice. Turns out to be a 2-base sacrifice. So Wagner's at third. Duffy Lewis, the batter, will be walked intentionally. First and third. Set up a possible double play for the pitcher, Charles Hall. Okay, Boston has only grade D pitchers in the bullpen. Van Dyke, Hageman, and Pate. So they're going to send up Hall, and they're going to try to squeeze the runner home. Here's the pitch to Hall. 26 is a 13. It's not going to be great. Strike, runner out of home. The other one goes to second. So the putout goes to the catcher, and there are 2 outs. Lewis at second. Here's the pitch. 34 is a fly out to center field. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Score is still tied 4-4. The winner of this game will face the 1938 Homestead Grays. In the second round, Oliver Marcel leads off for the Black Sox in the top of the 8th inning. 1-6 is the roll. That's going to be a 28. That's a ground out to the shortstop. 6-3. Catcher Robert Clark. 1 for 3 today. 3 for 12 in the series. 63 is a fly ball to center field. Caught by Tris Speaker, and there's 2 down. Script Lee will stay in the game and hit for himself with 2 outs. 44 is a 8. That is going to be a fly out to center field. 3 up and 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Red Sox 4 and the Black Sox 4. Harry Hooper, 3 for 12 with 3 RBI, steps in to lead off the Red Sox half of the 8th inning. Script Lee is still on the mound for the Black Sox. Here's the pitch to Hooper. 65 is going to be a pop out to the catcher. Clark, 1 away. Steve Yerkes. 31 is a 9. That's going to be a pop out to the third baseman, Marcel. 2 outs. And now Tris Speaker. 2 for 3 in RBI today. 22 is a hit column roll. That's a drive by Speaker. It might be, it could be, it is out of here. And every one of the Red Sox outfielders have homered today. 5-4 Boston. And Script Lee has had 3 things bad since the 7th inning. Point of weakness inning, he's going to be tired. He goes to a grade D to pitch to Larry Gardner with 2 outs in the 8th inning. 63 is a fly ball to center field. Herb Dixon's under it, makes the catch, but the Red Sox take a lead. 5-4. We go to the 9th. This is the eliminating game. All right, it will be the top of Baltimore's order in the 9th. Frank Warfield Buddy Burbage and Judd Wilson. Charles Hall remains in the game for Red Sox. He lines down pitches to Warfield. 46 is a ground ball to third base, fielded there by Larry Gardner. Throw across the diamond, one away. 2 outs remaining for the Red Sox or Black Sox to try to stay alive in this tournament. Here's the pitch to Burbage. 16 is going to be hit on the ground. That's a ground out to the shortstop. 2 outs. And the last chance is Boojum, Judd Wilson. Guy's nicknamed Boojum for the sound of balls hitting off the wall at their home ballpark. Here's the pitch to Boojum Wilson. 43, 29, it's going to be a slow ground ball back to the pitcher. Fielded by Hall, throw to first. 3 outs. And the 1912 Red Sox move on. We'll be back with the wrap-up in just a second. The 1912 edition of the Boston Red Sox take 2 out of 3 games against the difficult 1929 Baltimore Black Sox. By winning today's game, the Black Sox scored 4 runs on 9 hits, and they committed no errors. They only committed 1 error in the entire series. The Red Sox scored 5 runs on 8 hits, and they committed 1 error. The feature of the game was 3 home runs by each outfielder of the golden outfield of the Boston Red Sox, outplaying what was known as the miracle infield of the Black Sox. Home runs by Hooper, Speaker, and Duffy. The winning pitcher was Charles Hall in relief. 2 1/3 innings, gave up 1 hit and no earned runs. Scranton Lee was a loser, 5 earned runs in 8 innings. So the 1912 Red Sox will move on in this tournament, and they will be taking on the 1938 Homestead Grays in round 2, ready to move to the next section of the bracket, and that'll be the 2001 Seattle Mariners of Ichiro Suzuki taking on the 1925 Hilldale Daisies and Willie Wells in our game tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and God bless.